Hello, this is Mr. Rosebud speaking.
Rosebud.
I'm just kidding. This is Nick from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm actually in Athens, Alabama at this time. I want to talk about this Rosebud situation. I've always been kind of into serial killers, but not interested in what they do, actually. I'm more interested in their mindset. How did they get to this point? What are they thinking? What was their childhood like? You know, are they reprobates, as we see in the Bible, where you lose all affection? I mean, I think I have the answer internally, and maybe I'll make a video on it one day. But either way, I've always been interested in, and forgive me for not looking into the camera too much. It's really dark out here, and I can't even see where the lens is at. But I was watching a video here a while back with Ted Bundy's lawyer, and he said that Ted Bundy, when he used to call his office when he was on the run, he would, when he would call, he would say, "This is Mr. Rosebud speaking."
So I get a call. I was in my office about 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, and I get a call from my answering service. There's a Mr. Rosebud on the phone. And I went, I knew it was Ted immediately.
Now, Bundy is not a very well-known name, but it's a last name. We've heard it with other people. Dahmer is not a last name that we hear a lot, but we know it's a last name. Mitchell, Miller, Tomlinson, all kind of stuff. And there's some weird names that are very rare that we never hear of, especially from other countries that, may be new to America or whatever. But Rosebud is, if I was going to have a pen name, would not be one that I would choose. I wouldn't even think of it. But what I found with these serial killers a lot of times, they're very smart. And I think that's no exception when we start talking about Russell Williams. Here recently, I've been into the Russell Williams case. I've watched his interrogation several times. Great job by the investigator, by the way. I hope he sees this video. Just did a great job up there in Canada. It's the North Pole from where I'm at in Alabama. It's hot right here, but it's just really interesting that, according to some articles I read, Mr. Williams was very interested in his cat. He didn't have any children. All he had was his wife and his cat. And anytime he would come home from these long trips, according to some people who knew him, he would be very affectionate with his cat. He would not put the cat down easily. One person actually said that he gave this cat more attention than it deserved. I don't know if the cat was a biter or mean or, didn't deserve attention or what, but apparently this cat has come up many times. It was apparently something pretty important in his life, a lonely life, just traveling by yourself and not having children and all this. I just found it very interesting the more I read about this cat, that this cat's name was Rosebud. Now you can say, "Hey Nick, you're barking up the wrong tree here." That's just a complete coincidence that Ted Bundy says, "My name is Mr. Rosebud. This is Rosebud speaking," and then the other serial killer named his cat Rosebud. But let me ask you this. He could have named the cat Rose, Rosie, Fluffy. Who else have you ever heard of naming a cat Rosebud? Who else have you ever heard say the word Rosebud, unless they're talking about a flower? Anybody? No, not me. The only two people that have any significance to the word Rosebud in my life are two I seen online and in books, and they're both serial killers. One of them was the most notorious serial killer in the whole history of the world, the most famous. I don't think he has the highest count or any of that, but he's the most famous. He's the most notorious. He was most in the spotlight. And then you got a copycat guy who didn't kill in the same way all the time. He did attack women, and Bundy's primary target was women. And, his lawyer also said he killed a man.
He told me he killed more than 100 people, and not only women, which that's new. That's never been known. You're the first person I've ever told that to. But it's in my book.
Men were his victims.
One. His first.
But primarily he liked to kill women, and it was a sexual thing related to it on most occasions. So it's just interesting to me that this name Rosebud, which is extremely rare, I don't think anybody's ever heard of somebody or an animal or anybody being named Rosebud. Just kind of ironic to me that this cat's name is Rosebud. And I would guess, and I could be completely out in left field and outer space here, I would guess that Russell Williams chose the name Rosebud after studying Ted Bundy. Now, I studied Ted Bundy. There's a lot of people who don't kill who study Ted Bundy. Well, we don't put significance on Ted Bundy in our life. For instance, I'm not going to name my kid Ted. You know, unless my name was Ted, I might, but I'm not going to name my kid Ted because I love Ted Bundy, because I don't love Ted Bundy. I'm not, you know, I have a cat named Shelby. Her name is Shelby because I got her from Shelbyville, Tennessee. She's a Siamese. I had to travel and get her. I live in Alabama. I also have a cat named Makarov. I got her from the same breeder. The reason his name is Makarov is my stepson was very interested in a particular character. I don't know if it's a video game. I think it's a video game that had a character on there named Makarov or Makarov or whatever. It's like a Russian name, so we call him Mac. So it had significance. Well, I found out with these serial killers, they're very smart, and most things they do are very calculated and hold a lot of significance. And it's just weird to me that with this whole name situation. Like, to me, you know, I had a dog when I was a little kid. I named her Carla. It was because there was this girl in school I liked named Carla. Most people have some kind of name. You know, you don't see a lot of fluffies no more, or fuzzies, or any of that kind of stuff anymore, because, you know, we don't really go with the traditional names. We name our animals Oscar, you know, Tom from Tom and Jerry, stuff like that. But it's just really weird, this whole Rosebud thing. I don't know. Just think about it, chew on it. I'm kind of new to YouTube. I have some older videos. I'm thinking about posting some more about this particular kind of stuff. Some similarities I see with some different things. I kind of interested in this stuff. So just like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll bring you more. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.